your house is beginning to settle, don't settle for anything less than Ramjack Foundation Repair. Ramjack's American-made products are ISO certified and recognized by the International Code Council. Don't do it twice. Do it right. Rely on Ramjack.
Trust Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale for your first alert. You're watching News 12 live at 5. Continues.
Well, it's going to get chilly tonight with numbers dipping below freezing. Just ahead, we'll have everything you need to know.
But first, if you're making plans for New Year's Eve, you probably want to know alcohol might not be on the menu at some bars, so no champagne toast at midnight. A law in Georgia says bars that don't serve food can only have one Sunday a year to sell alcohol.
And that has already been approved for Super Bowl Sunday. That's not going down easy for bar owners and those working. They might miss out on some business here. News 12's Craig Allison is live for us downtown in the heart of the Augusta Bar District. And Craig, does this problem stop at just the bars?
It's a ripple effect that starts right here on Broad Street, but it affects businesses just a block away that are anticipating early evening customers. Now, Manny's off of Broad has been operating in downtown Augusta for 17 months and says it needs every bit of new business it can get. They brought in thousands of dollars last year with people hitting their bar for a bite to eat before making their way over to the late night bars for midnight to strike. He'll still be open on Sunday, December 31st, but says it could be a ghost town compared to last year.
We have a Sunday license because we serve food. So the way the state of Georgia sets up their licenses, if you don't serve food, you can't serve on Sunday. So that cripples these guys downtown who we depend on, because the bigger bars would be super busy on New Year's Eve, and we love that fact that they come here first, eat, and then go out to the bars. And that's what we were hoping and banking on. But really, that's not going to happen this year, and that's going to be bad news for downtown.
All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock. We'll also hear from another business owner that has their own workaround to New Year's Eve, but knows all too well the struggles that these bars are going through. In Augusta, Craig Allison, on your side.
Thanks, Craig. We know a lot of business owners actually showed up to the meeting last night to talk about this with commissioners as well. It could be very concerning if they're not able to get that business on New Year's.
Yeah, that's a huge night for local businesses.
Absolutely. And Georgia's laws surrounding alcohol have slowly developed over the past 12 years. Before 2011, alcohol could not be purchased in Georgia on Sunday. When it came to on-premise sales, the laws vary from county and even the city.
Right. In recent years, some cities like Atlanta and even here in Augusta passed a brunch bill that allows bars and restaurants to sell alcohol starting at 11 o'clock Sunday mornings. Alcohol sales also expanded to allow alcohol deliveries in the wake of the pandemic to help local businesses stay afloat.
Definitely going to be something to watch as it moves forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Shifting gears to weather now as we check in with First Alert Chief. Up to minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. We are learning more about the military mother accused of murdering her own infant son. 30-year-old April Evelyn Short is a U.S. Army spouse at Fort Eisenhower. Well, now she is charged with premeditated murder and felony murder. Investigators accuse Short of killing her 11-month-old with knives so that he could, quote, be with Jesus and God. She is now in custody as the case continues to move forward.
Aiken County is the first in the entire country to use a new type of automated CPR machine to save lives. It's called the Zoll Auto Pulse NXT. It's the only device of its kind able to apply even compressions to a patient's entire chest in order to improve blood flow to the heart and brain. Today, Aiken County EMS held a training session to show off this new tech and why it's so important.
It's thinner and more maneuverable. We can now do CPR when people are in an upright position. We can carry them down the stairs. We can maneuver them without stopping those life-saving chest compressions.
According to the manufacturer of this device, studies with this new tech show that it's much more reliable than manual CPR and even has a higher survival rate for its patients.
Cool stuff there. Today, Aiken Tech is celebrating a big milestone in its new equine technician course. The inaugural group of students have now completed that course. It was announced this fall as a partnership with the Aiken Horse Park Foundation. The course teaches safe horse handling, barn management, grooming techniques, hoof cleaning, and equine first aid. It was created to address the growing need for skilled professionals entering our region's flourishing equine industry. Enrollment is now open for the next group to complete this course.
Tonight is your last chance to have a say in the search for Aiken County's next school district superintendent. Tonight's meeting will be at 7 o'clock at two locations, the district office boardroom or Wagner-Salley High School in the auditorium. If you can't make it tonight, there's a survey that you can fill out to make sure that your voice is heard with all of this. The goal is to hear from parents about what qualities and characteristics the new superintendent should have. The link to the survey is on our website, wrdw.com.
Rewarding those who are helping make a difference in Georgia. Our State House reporter Abby Kasora shares how leaders are paving a new way to help people struggling with mental health.
Tej Madavi is a trained counselor specializing in de-escalation. This video shows a man experiencing a mental health episode. He says in a time of crisis, they focus on talking, not handcuffs.
He was worried about people out to get him, and when you look out, you saw a bunch of officers, surrounding him, all armed. Everything that he's thinking, everything that he's feeling, all his internal stuff that's going on. So then when we can have a conversation with him, and it's not get down right now on your knees. It's a, hey, what's going on? What's your name?
Police nationwide are getting more mental health calls. The American Psychology Association estimates 20% of all calls to police come from someone experiencing a mental health crisis.
I think if you ask the majority of our police partners, we need this. We've been needing this for the past 5-10 years.
Madani is one of a handful of people selected by the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities for their work, transforming the state's approach to mental health.
Tomorrow, we hope these stories will inspire others all across Georgia to do the same.
The Flame of Hope Awards, given to awardees for keeping hope alive. Commissioner Kevin Tanner says these programs need funding to continue to support increasing need.
It's really having an impact. It's changing the conversation, it's changing the narrative, and we need to continue to invest. We have to invest in building out our crisis network.
At the state capitol, I'm Abby Kasouris.
Coming up this Saturday is your last chance to register for the James Brown Arena Toy Giveaway. Parents are able to register for children up to age 11 to get holiday gifts. There is no online registration. Parents who qualify must go in person to the arena this Saturday from 9 to 11. The actual giveaway is coming up the 16th.
A trashy situation in Burt County after changes are made to everybody's routine without public input. We'll break down what people have to say coming up next. Riley?
And it is going to be cold heading up to the bus stop tomorrow morning, but we are expecting warmer temperatures heading into the weekend. We'll have that full forecast next.
Boxes lining the living room. Find out what's inside and how one person is looking to brighten others' holidays. Coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Time and temp. Watch 1226 on your side, wherever you go.
Hey, Jill, what's the matter?
Man, this is name change is stressing me out.
Everyone will know we still specialize in Medicare.
Yeah, I know that. What about this?
Are you 64.com?
Welcome back, folks. You want to Plan B.
Thanks, Riley. Frustration is growing tonight in Burt County over trash. Now, up until recently, the county had dumpsters that everybody used instead of the trash pickup.
But that's all changed after Burt County commissioners decided to follow in the steps of places like Augusta and North Augusta with trash bins. The problem, as our Taylor Martin shows us, homeowners in Burt County don't believe their voices were heard.
For more than 30 years, Teresa Voss has dumped her trash in a dumpster up the road from her house.
When we were going into Augusta or Waynesboro, we'd just go down to C&J's and dump it out.
That was up until a few days ago when she got her new trash can from Ryland Environmental, along with the rest of her neighbors in Burt County.
I got called from my niece, and she told me that we were going to trash cans, and I laughed at her. I said, no way. Because Burt County is a big county.
But the problem is, by the time she and other neighbors heard about it at a public information meeting with Ryland, it was a done deal. Voted on by county commissioners with no input from neighbors like Teresa herself, who've got more trash than what just one or two of these bins can hold.
But I also have farm animals. I've got chickens, I got dogs, I got cats. So that went into the dumpster too.
Sunshine and just cold temps for your Thursday, more clouds and warmer temps Friday and Saturday. And then if you do have plans outside for your Sunday, you may want to Plan B.
Thanks, Riley. Frustration is growing tonight in Burke County over trash. Now, up until recently, the county had dumpsters that everybody used instead of the trash pickup.
But that's all changed after Burke County commissioners decided to follow in the steps of places like Augusta and North Augusta with trash bins. The problem, as our Taylor Martin shows us, homeowners in Burke County don't believe their voices were heard.
For more than 30 years, Teresa Voss has dumped her trash in a dumpster up the road from her house.
When we were going into Augusta or Waynesboro, we'd just go down to C&J's and dump it out.
That was up until a few days ago when she got her new trash can from Ryland Environmental, along with the rest of her neighbors in Burke County.
I got called from my niece, and she told me that we were going to trash cans, and I laughed at her. I said, no way. You know, because Burke County is a big county.
But the problem is, by the time she and other neighbors heard about it at a public information meeting with Ryland, it was a done deal. Voted on by county commissioners with no input from neighbors like Teresa herself, who've got more trash than what just one or two of these bins can hold.
But I also have farm animals. I've got chickens, I got dogs, I got cats. So that went into the dumpster too. You know, and all this stuff is not going to fit in that little trash can they gave me.
So I reached out to county commissioners to let them explain their decision-making process, but I didn't get a response.
It should have been put up for vote for all of us that live out here in the country, if we wanted that or not.
Leaving neighbors with more questions than answers, and ultimately, a lack of trust in the individuals they entrusted to make decisions on their behalf.
Of course, we are going to continue digging into this story, and we will update you as we learn more and if and when commissioners respond.
How many times have you taken a picture of someone in front of a Christmas tree and it looks more like they're standing in a forest? I'm Jamie Tucker. Coming up, a smartphone camera trick you'll want to know before you take any Christmas photos.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
After all nights.
The holiday season has its staples. There's food, presents, family, and of course, lots of Christmas pictures. But sometimes when you take those pictures on your smartphone, they don't turn out how you want them to.
Right, they always don't. Our Consumer Tech reporter Jamie Tucker has a camera trick you'll want to try before Christmas.
What the Tech, sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School.
Here's a challenge. You want to get pictures of the kids in front of the Christmas tree, but you want the Christmas tree in the picture. Here's the solution. Take the picture in pano mode. Now, you've probably tried pano or panoramic mode before to capture beautiful wide photos of landscapes and sunsets. Not many people know it works vertically too. And when you open the camera and choose pano, turn the phone sideways, tap the shutter, and then follow the arrows up until you get to the top of the tree. Here's a photo of my friend Jessica standing in front of a 30-foot Christmas tree taken with just the phone camera. And here's the same shot from the same distance using pano mode. It works on iPhone and Android devices. Now here's a tip though, follow the arrow slowly and ask the people in the shot to hold still, very still. If they don't, you could end up with a photo like this, Jessica with 4 arms. Another option for those with an iPhone 11 or later is the wide-angle lens. You'll find it in photo mode as 0.5, and you can use it in portrait or landscape mode. This is a great trick, not just for Christmas, but maybe for vacations with a skyscraper or palm trees behind you. Just remember, be very careful and pan up very slowly. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Okay, so I knew about the 0.5, but not the pano vertically.
We did it in the break. It does work.
It does work. The photo trick works with most smartphones. If it doesn't work with yours, well, try it with an iPad. But pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it does work.
Yeah.
It turns out really well.
We can confirm during the commercial.
Well, sad news here. A man affectionately known as Gamecock Jesus has passed away in Columbia, South Carolina. 7-year-old Carlton Thompson was well known as one of the college's biggest fans. For decades, he's been known to wave a flag at Gamecock sporting events all over the place. And back in September, he opened up about his battle with prostate cancer. In the wake of his death, love from USC fans and family have poured in, including USC women's basketball coach Dawn Staley, who calls him an angel and that he will greatly be missed. I actually have a picture of him when they went to the Final Four when I was a freshman. I met him for the first time. I learned who Gamecock Jesus was very very early on, and just a great guy, and sad to see his passing. I hopped on Twitter this morning and saw that. It was the first thing I saw. It was very sad. So you can see him anywhere at all the games. He's waving this giant flag, so definitely a staple of the Gamecock community.
Oh, he will be missed. It's every team kind of has a Gamecock Jesus.
Friendliest guy you'd ever meet.
So I definitely know what those people are and like what they mean to your team.
Absolutely.
So sorry for your loss and all of Gamecock Nation's loss.
Yep. Switching gears here, the GHSA football state championships are next week, and this year all of the state title games will be played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Yeah, how cool is that for them? News 12 Sports Director Dan Booth drove over to Swainsboro to speak with the mighty Tigers ahead of their state championship rematch against Prince Avenue Christian.
The Swainsboro Tigers are going back to the state championship game for the second year in a row, and they're preparing to face a familiar opponent, Prince Avenue Christian, the same team that defeated the Tigers in the state championship game last year. Now, coming short of their goal of winning state last year is something that's been motivating this team to get back to state this time around. The Tigers' road back to this point has been filled with tough challenges, including playing all of their previous 4 playoff games on the road. Head coach Scott Roberts told me that when they get to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Monday, their team will have traveled a total of 1,073 miles over the past 4 weeks in the playoffs alone. For many of these seniors, Monday night's game will be their last game of their high school careers, and what better way to go out than by playing at Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
It's very exciting. That's the main thing it's one of my main driving factors the whole playoffs throughout. I'm just so excited to be under those lights and on such a big stage and a great platform.
I haven't really soaked it in yet, but it's a surreal moment that we get to play in the Benz, but I just want to win.
Kickoff of the Class 1A Division I state championship game between Swainsboro and Prince Avenue is set for Monday at 4 o'clock in Atlanta. I'll have live coverage from the Benz throughout the night for a matchup between two teams who have certainly deserved the opportunity to shine under the lights. Reporting from Swainsboro, Dan Booth on your side.
All right, thanks for that, Dan, and best of luck to the Tigers as they continue that playoff run. We are looking at nice weather tomorrow. It's going to be pretty cold in the morning, but a nice afternoon with sunshine and highs close to 60. Having a look at that 7-day forecast just after break. Welcome back. A beautiful view, 750 feet up from our Beach Island camera. Generally clear skies. Temperatures are cooling off. We are currently at 56, but going to be dropping into the 40s, I would believe, once this next observation comes in at the top of the hour. We're eventually going to see our lows bottom out in the 20s by daybreak tomorrow morning. So bundle up as you head out to the bus stop. Heading home from school, still going to be cooler than average, but a very nice day. Upper 50s for highs and hanging on to lots of sunshine. Not going to be quite as breezy out there tomorrow, so wind will start to calm down for us. Here's looking at our radar network. So once again, high pressure just moving in from the west. This is going to center on top of us tonight. So that's bringing us those clear and calm conditions, allowing these temperatures to get fairly cold by daybreak tomorrow. Generally sunny skies most of your Thursday. That wind direction once again changing out of the southwest. So that is going to bring us a little bit warmer day on Friday, and also bring us a little bit more cloud cover. So partly cloudy Friday afternoon. Those high temperatures will be seasonal in the mid 60s. And then the rainfall heading late into the weekend does look likely by Sunday. Back to dry weather again by Monday.
All right, thanks, Riley. Stick with us. We have more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break on News 12 at 6 o'clock.